talk about Kazan, one of my favorite topics. Tom?
Yes. Essentially, I'm just asking your opinion on Kazan's political activity.
Yes. Was he selfish? Yes, absolutely. Kazan promised that he would not cooperate with the House Un-American Activities Committee. Told everybody he was going to do it, and then last minute he changed his mind. He changed his mind because Spiro Skouras, who ran Fox and was his personal mentor, and Daryl Zanuck and everybody else said, you will not be able to make films in Hollywood if you do not testify. He would never have testified voluntarily. Never. No matter what he thought of the communists, he just wouldn't have done it. But in order to continue making films in Hollywood, he said yes. So is that selfish? Yes. If you're Jules Dassin and you left the United States in order not to be in the House American Activities Committee, you feel even stronger about it. And I think the biggest contrast to Kazan was an actor, I always forget his name, he was a Jewish actor who had won Academy Awards and had never been a communist. And they brought him to the House Un-American Activities Committee and said, we want you to name names. Who helped you? Who did you work with in the 1930s? And he said, I will tell you everything I did. But in 1938, when Adolf Hitler was planning the execution of millions of Jews, I was against it, and there were people with me that were against it, and I'm not going to tell you who they were. I'm not going to inform on them because some of them were communists, and it's against my ethical principles to do this. He did not work in Hollywood. He ended up being a school teacher in the Bronx, and then finally in the late 50s, when things began easing up, he came back on television as Dr. Zorba on a famous medical show called Ben Casey. And he got back to be a star, but he gave up 10 years of his career. Many, many people in Hollywood, hundreds, maybe even thousands, gave up their career or were forced to give up their career. But Kazan didn't. And therefore he's a tremendously controversial figure. And the people who were blacklisted in particular don't forgive him. Don't forgive him. Do I forgive him? I don't know if I forgive him or not. Who am I to forgive anybody? But was he selfish? Yes, absolutely he was selfish.